Today I am going to show the experiment that is determination of iron in hematite ore solution. It consists of two parts. The first part of the experiment is preparation of standard dichromate solution. A known quantity of dichromate crystals are weighed and transferred into a 250 cm cube standard flask. So here W1 is the weight of the bottle plus dichromate crystals, and W2 is the empty bottle. So when you subtract these two, we will get the weight of the dichromate transferred into the standard flask. So initially the crystals are dissolved using a minimum quantity of water, distilled water, and we need to give a sufficient washings to the funnel. So after giving the washings to the funnel, even the stem of the funnel should be cleaned. So keep the funnel aside, and with this minimum quantity try to dissolve all the crystals. So if it is not dissolved, little more water can be added without touching the stem. So we should not add the water at a stretch. So if the volume of the water is increasing, the salt might not dissolve properly. Part by part water should be added till the crystals get dissolved. Continue this process till all the salt is completely dissolved. So we have to lift it up and check for the crystals. So few more crystals we can see here. So that should be dissolved. The process has to be continued for complete dissolution process. Now all the crystals are dissolved. So after complete dissolution, till the neck of the flask, we should add water at a stretch using the wash bottle, and rest of the portion is filled with the help of burette. So now till the neck we have added from the bottle. So here is the mark. If you making up till here, the total volume becomes 250. So this portion we can fill it using the burette. So take a little water in a burette. Bring the standard flask in such a way that the tip is inside the flask, and slowly start adding the water so that it touches the lower meniscus. Drop by drop we need to add. So though the solution is colored, it is transparent in nature. The lower meniscus should coincide the mark. In such a way we have to make it up. Then you stopper it. After stoppering, invert the flask. So the bulb in one hand and stem in the other hand. The bulb portion to and fro we have to mix it for uniform concentration. 3 to 4 times we need to do it like this. So now this is called as a standard solution whose strength can be calculated using the formula. So normality of potassium dichromate is equal to W1 minus W2 multiplied by 4 divided by equivalent weight of K2Cr2O7. So the difference between the two weights is 1.2. That means approximately exactly 1.2 grams of K2Cr2O7 is taken here, and it is dissolved in 250 ml. That's the reason it is 4. The 4Y means, so equivalent weight of substance dissolved in 1 liter gives 1 normal. 1000 divided by the made up volume 250, we will get the 4, and whole thing divided by the equivalent weight of K2Cr2O7, 49. So when you simplify, the normality of this solution is found to be 0.0979 normal. This is the first part of the experiment. So this solution we will be using it for the second part. That is determination of percentage of iron in a hematite solution. So this is a hematite solution. It is prepared by dissolving the hematite ore. 25 cm cube of this solution is transferred into a clean conical flask. Adjust to the mark and transfer 25 cm cube of the iron solution is transferred into a clean conical flask, and if it is having a trace amount of ferric oxide, it should be converted to the ferric chloride. Hence, so 4 normal HCl solution, 5 cm cube should be added. 5 cm cube of 4 normal HCl. The role of the HCl is to convert Fe2O3 into FeCl3. So we are going to get a yellow color solution like this. Now this should be heated to golden yellow color.
Cut, sir.
Till it becomes the golden yellow. In the hot condition, so stannous chloride is added. It is a very good reducing agent. It reduces FeCl3 to Fe2 plus ions. So the addition of stannous chloride is continued till the solution becomes colorless. So the role of stannous chloride is to convert Fe3 plus ions into Fe2 plus. Once the solution becomes a colorless, 2 drops extra should be added to ensure the complete reduction process. Now this hot solution should be cooled to room temperature.
Cut, sir.
Cooled to room temperature by keeping under the tap. After complete cooling, to ensure the complete reduction process, mercury chloride is added to this solution. So the solution is completely cooled to room temperature now. So let us check for the complete reduction process. To that, 1 test tube of mercury chloride is added. So the mercury chloride should be added at a stretch and mixed well. So when we do so, if it is giving a silky milky precipitate, so indicates that all the Fe3 plus ions are reduced to the Fe2 plus. Here there are 2 more things. If the solution is not becoming silky white, it indicates that insufficient stannous chloride, the reduction is incomplete. Instead, if it is giving a grey color PPT, it shows that excess of stannous chloride. If that is the case, we have to discard and restart our experiment. The correct reduction is, it should give a silky milky precipitate. So here the role of mercury chloride is 2 drops stannous chloride, what we have added in a previous step, it converts the stannous chloride to stannic chloride. So now a complete reduction is done. Further, it should be titrated with the standard potassium dichromate solution. Before moving for the titration, to the same thing, 1 test tube distilled water is added to avoid the loss of iron ions. One important thing in this experiment is we are making use of an external indicator, potassium ferricyanide. So this is 1% potassium ferricyanide solution is taken in a bottle and it is taken in the form of a droplets on a wax paper. Instead of wax paper, we have taken a plastic sheet. So why means if it is directly added to the conical flask, it's going to give a permanent turban blue color. It can't be discharged. That's the reason we are using a potassium ferricyanide as an external indicator. So after taking the droplets like this, and here there are 2 trials. The first trial is a pilot trial, that is to find the range of the experiment. The second part is to check the accurate titer value, that is called as a fine titration. So to do that, initially little quantity of potassium dichromate will be added. For example, say up to 5 ml I will be adding at a time. So standard potassium dichromate is going to oxidize Fe2 plus ions present in the solution. Yeah, I have added up to 5 cm cube. Now stir well for some time for the complete reaction. Proportionate to the amount of dichromate added, certain quantity of Fe2 plus gets oxidized to the Fe3 plus and still Fe2 plus ions are left out in the conical flask. For that we are using a glass rod, taking out the reaction mixture and checking with the indicator droplet. So now this is a temporary sink. This is for the cleaning purpose. In the beaker we are taking a tap water, and in the test tube a sponge is kept at a bottom, that is to avoid the breaking, and a glass rod is immersed in it, and test tube contains the distilled water. So the cleaned glass rod is taken and it is mixed with the reaction mixture. Just touch the reaction mixture, take it out and mix it with the first droplet of the indicator. So it is giving a Persian blue color, and the compound formed here is a potassium ferricyanide complex. So the meaning of this is, so the indicator is potassium ferricyanide. So it is having a Fe3 plus. Ferriferrocyanide means, Ferri means Fe3 plus ions, and the conical flask still it contains the Fe2 plus ions. So this Fe2 plus ions combining with this to give you a ferriferrocyanide complex. It is a Persian blue color or turban blue color. This will be continued till the conical flask contains the Fe2 plus ions. So like this, by adding 1 cm cube at a time, you have to keep on checking, and this is called as the range of the titration. Now I will continue till 6 cm cube. That means at a time we will be adding 1 cm cube. Yeah. After each addition, it is compulsory to mix the solution for reaction purpose. Again, take the glass rod, touch the solution, mix it with the second droplet. So it is giving the blue color, saying that the conical flask still has the Fe2 plus ions. So 1 more cm cube. Let us go till 7. Till 7 cm cube I have added right now. So, see, the intensity of the color is decreased. That indicates that we are nearing to the end point. So now tap water wash and distilled water wash. This is the last one. So now I will go up to 8. Hope now the indicator will fail to give a color change. Yes. So this is for the 8 cm cube. Closer also. So here we can see the indicator is not giving any color. It says that there are no more Fe2 plus ions in the test solution. So the first droplet Fe2 plus was there. Second droplet the color intensity is decreased. Third droplet almost all the Fe2 plus are reacted, and here no color at all. So the intensity will keep on decreasing with the continuation of the titration. So our end point is lying in between these two. This is corresponding to 7 cm cube and this is corresponding to 8 cm cube. The next trial is a fine titration, finding the accurate reading. That is a pilot trial. Now second trial is to find out the accurate titer reading. For that the same process, 25 cm cube of iron solution is taken. To that 5 cm cube of 4 normal HCl is added to convert Fe2O3 into FeCl3. Then it is heated to golden yellow. In the hot condition, the stannous chloride is added to convert all ferric ions to the ferrous ions. Later the solution was cooled to the room temperature, followed by mercury chloride is added to ensure the complete reduction process. So till then it is giving you the silky milky precipitate. Now I am continuing. So for that the initial burette reading is taken as a 0. From the previous trial we know the range. The range is 7 to 8. Let us write it on the tabular column. The range is 7 to 8. So now till 7.5 at a time we will add the potassium dichromate, a standard solution or a oxidizing reagent. So then for every 0.1 ml we have to check it. So I will be adding till 7.5. I will check from 7. Yeah, 1 ml less I have added. The range is 7 to 8. So I will be adding, I have added up to 7 cm cube and mix it for 2 minutes for the complete oxidation process. K2Cr2O7 will oxidize the Fe2 plus ions present in the conical flask. So for the second trial, once again the sink should be changed. In the beaker, fresh tap water. In the test tube, fresh distilled water is taken. Otherwise there will be a contamination. To avoid that, we need to change the water. So now let us check it with a fresh droplet of the indicator. A very faint color is seen. So that means a little bit of Fe2 plus ions are there. So I'll add up to 7.1, that means 3 drops I will add it. For every 3 droplets, let us assume the 3 droplets is 0.1 cm cube. After 3 droplets addition, mix it well. I'll take the glass rod. Check with the indicator droplet. We are nearing to the end point. Another 3 droplets. So go on like this till the indicator fails to give a color change. So now the indicator is not giving any color change. So that means all the Fe2 plus ions are oxidized to the Fe3 plus. This is the completion of the titration. So now the burette reading, let me check it. Keep the burette to the eye level and see the reading. It is 7.6. So the reading is 7.6. So similarly we can perform one more reading for the concordant values. So substitute the titer value in the formula. So the concordant reading will be 7.6. So 1000 cm cube of 1 normal K2Cr2O7 corresponds to 55.85 grams of iron. So our reading is 7.6. 7 cm cube of the prepared K2Cr2O7 strength 0.0979 normal corresponds to 55.85. This is the equivalent weight of iron multiplied by 7.6 multiplied by the normality, whole thing multiplied by 1000 will tell us the weight of iron present in 7.6 cm cube. And iron solution what we have taken is a 25 cm cube. So we need to calculate for 25 cm cube. And 25 cm cube of iron solution contains 0.04155 grams of iron, that is from the previous step. So but 1 gram of hematite ore is taken and it is dissolved in HCl and the solution is prepared in 250 cm cube. Hence we need to calculate the amount of iron in 250. Hence it is multiplied by 10. So 10 multiplied by 0.04155 will give you 0.4155 grams. So convert that to the percentage in this formula where W is equal to 1 gram. The sample contains 41.55% of iron. So this is the completion of the titration.